the company Authentica decided that we would be an educational resource. That meant that we would be going to all the schools that we were invited to attend to give during their time of study of African history, and be able to show them exactly what was done in Africa and make them feel more that Africa was a real continent and the countries were really there with real people and students like themselves going to school. So it was a social studies, I would say, and cultural exchange program. The Vermont Council on the Arts asked us to visit certain schools, one-room schools, one-room classrooms. This means they were in very remote areas of Vermont, which we did was the most exciting thing I think I've done. And they would pay the fee that we would charge. I drove in my car with my African art in the car to take it to the schools for a presentation. They were all over the state of Vermont, in little towns I never heard of. Mm-hmm. Imagine one-room classrooms in that day and age, where one teacher had all the elementary school grades in one room. So it was very wonderful and very exciting. The most fun part was seeing the remote areas and how teachers could teach. They had complete control over their students. They were all elementary school teachers, which amazed me that they could take a room full of kids and have them become very polite young people during a presentation. And they enjoyed it. The more weird looking the art, the more excited they were. And I would take certain clothes that the kids could try on, and then we would take photographs of the kids in the African dress and holding a piece of African art. I would visit Charlotte Central School and the high school presentations, and there was never a fee for Charlotte or the high school. And I think the children became interested in the shop and probably wanted to buy some of their little gifts. We had small things like carved out of soapstone animals and various fabrics and some children's jewelry that children might possibly wear from the Zulu people in southern Africa, such as their bracelets. So everybody was aware of the shop. And visiting Charlotte Central during the school year, the kids would bring the parents to the shop. So I think it became a part of the community. Theater department at University of Vermont would borrow some of our clothes or fabrics for certain plays that they were going to present. Fashion shows in Middlebury, I think it was Middlebury. It was Middlebury College. It was the biggest fashion show that I gave, that we had. They had a dance show from the students who were majoring in dance. And I had various skirts and full garments that they could wear for these presentations. I had regular office hours, and clients came during those times, and then I would give them a tour of the shop, explain the art and what was going on, the masks, the jewelry, the carvings, and I had regular shop hours, so it was very successful. We had an open house during the holiday season, and many people in the community would come. We'd serve refreshments in a bowl, and especially we would serve the hibiscus tea and various other things that were unique to Africa. I would write the full history of the mask, and that was a very good resource for people wanting to open a shop and do the same. But I never mind the competition. I thought the more people selling African art, the better known African art would become and be loved.